and welcome to the 1996 announcement program. You know, usually when I deliver that line, it's from behind a podium and to a live audience of a couple thousand dealers. And I always look forward to that opportunity to get together with so many of you face to face. But clearly, this is a different kind of announcement event. Different medium, different setting, and as you'll see in just a few minutes, a very different approach to delivering our 1996 marketing plan's message. Now, a big part of that message, as you'll see, focuses on our brands and on the power behind strong individual brand identities. Brand equity, as it's known. Now, brand equity can be an elusive concept because it's really such an intangible thing. It's more than mere brand recognition. It's really a positive association with a brand that's triggered by the mention or the sight of the brand name, the logo, or the product itself. It's a promise, if you will, a promise to the customer that guarantees distinctive value, reliably delivered, and fairly priced over and over again. But, and here's the tricky part, that positive association doesn't just happen, and that promise isn't automatically delivered just because you happen to have been around for 70-odd years. It has to be earned every single day. So, how do we strengthen the equity in our brands? Well, we begin by drawing clear lines around them. Each brand needs to have its own identity and its own purpose. We're in the process of establishing specific target buyers for each of our brands, and then establishing lasting relationships with those customers, with products and with an ownership experience that are second to none. And thanks to open lines of communications with your dealer councils, for example, we're getting better at that, much better. We're currently enjoying, and I don't need to tell you, one of the freshest product lineups this industry has ever seen. And with your help, we've been able to target each of our products at a slightly different buyer. We're working to continue that flow of new products with refined communications that bring our brands into even sharper focus. Now, at the same time, you're taking a new approach to your end of the business, using Customer One to the fullest and building strong relationships with your hard-earned customers. You know, we had a dealer panel discussion a couple of weeks ago with some of our top Chrysler Plymouth dealers and some members of the Automotive Press Corps who cover us on a regular basis. And I got to tell you, it was an absolute home run. We talked about brand building and customer handling and our joint customer satisfaction efforts, and took what I believe were some very, very positive steps in getting the message of a changing dealer body out to the media and the world. And we have got to keep talking to each other and the outside world. We have to define each of our brands, then carefully communicate that character in everything that we do. And we have to get people to embrace our brands, and your dealerships, by the way. We have to get them to become associated with one of our brands and your dealership. And we have to get them to look for a relationship with one of our brands, and importantly, with your dealership. Well, as part of our commitment to brand building, we've just appointed Lou Patain to the position of Executive Director of Brand Marketing. We thought this would be a great time for you to hear from Lou himself, to get a better idea of how he sees this new opportunity.
As you can see, it's an exciting moving day for me and the family today. I just put my family on the plane this morning, sent them off to Detroit, and we're here finishing up the last piece of the move. The piece that really is exciting to me, and that's the race car operations, the Lewis Motorsports racing team. I've been involved with racing since I was 13 years old, and it's been a great part in my personal development in regards to team organization, goals, orientation, and for the last 12 years I've had the experience of marketing all of the corporation's brands, and that gives me a broad-based understanding to attain the goals that Bud has laid out for us. As dealers, we're part of an organization that's supported by the best marketing team of the big three. We realize in the retail arena that it takes young, aggressive, and maverick marketing steps to accomplish goals in a competitive marketplace. It's a unique opportunity for me to make the transition from having the team organization that I've had here at retail to the team organization that I'm going to be joining at Chrysler Corporation in Detroit. Together as a team, we can all accomplish more. That's how we all win together.
Thanks, Lou, for joining us under some rather difficult circumstances. But let me say you're absolutely right. This is a unique opportunity for all of us. And we will succeed ultimately on the strength of our individual brands and, of course, people like you, our individual dealers. Now, as we've been promoting this announcement meeting over the past several months, there have been two central themes in our communications to you, both telling you how this program will be different. Different, first of all, in that we're taking this information to everybody in the dealership, not just to the dealer principals and managers, and that's a big plus. And different because we're presenting the information in a new way. Now, I may be slightly prejudiced, but I'd like to think that the marketing presentations have always been one of the more exciting aspects of our announcement events, because they're your first opportunity to see our new products, our new communication plans, and the new advertising. And every year the challenge for us is drawing the line on just how much stuff to tell you, because this is what we do every day. And we want you to understand exactly what we're trying to accomplish. Of course, that often means we go into too much detail and spend too much time reviewing the new marketing plans. And yeah, I know, I've been guilty of that myself. Well, just understand, we get excited about this stuff, and we want you to share in that excitement and our enthusiasm. But we're going to bring it to you in a new way. Sorry, folks, we won't be highlighting every new wheel cover and every new taillight lens this year. But we are going to try to show you that our 96 marketing plans are both comprehensive and, we think, very well thought out. In the process, we want to use this year's format, videotape, as an opportunity to try something completely different. So in the spirit of trying the untried and boldly going where we've never gone before, I ask you to open your minds and consider our motto in preparing these messages. The more fun we have putting them together, the more fun they'll be for you to watch. I hope. Now remember, we're business people here. Our general managers are car guys. They're not actors. So please try to appreciate what we're trying to do here. If nothing else, this may indeed be our most courageous business meeting ever. I hope you'll enjoy it. And more importantly, I hope you'll take away the message that 1996 should be another banner year for all of us. So with that, let's join Dodge General Manager Marty Levine, who's finding that the road back to his office is paved with some interesting personalities.
Well, my flight was canceled, but they put me on a private charter. The presentation? Well, you know, there's a lot of sensitive material in it, so I can't just work on it anywhere. But I think I found the solution. Look, I gotta go. Well,
they're all under.
Where'd you learn hypnosis anyway?
I studied psychiatry.
Will they sleep for the entire flight?
No, but they won't remember anything they see or hear.
Well, that's great, because I can't let this information get in the wrong hands.
Well, you don't have to worry about that now. If you want to make sure they're asleep, just snap your fingers. If you want to bring them out, clap your hands.
Well, that sounds easy.
Oh, one more thing. I just couldn't resist. When they wake up, every time you say forward, the guy with the hat will think he's a dog for a few seconds. I'll let you get to work.
Thanks. Okay, where was I? Now, looking at the Dodge Ram first, 1996 is going to be a huge year for several reasons. For starters, the full-size market has grown considerably over the past few years. Everyone's been trying to get their share of the market, and they've done that by maximizing production. This year, however, we think that supply could strain demand. Plus, Ford will soon be introducing their new F-Series full-size, and Chevy has a number of product actions planned as well. For those reasons alone, we have our work cut out for us with the Ram in '96. But that's not all. Beginning in the second quarter of the '96 model year, we're going to significantly increase Ram capacity right in the teeth of this tough market. And when I say significant, I mean significant. Total U.S. retail production is scheduled to go from around 250,000 in '95 to approximately 350,000 in '96. Now, a big part of our Ram production increase will be club cabs, which will go from about 20% of our current Ram mix to approximately 52% in '96. So it isn't just a matter of turning the faucet up a notch, it's more like opening up a second faucet. In our first 2 years of selling the new Ram, we were really picking the low-hanging fruit. And to achieve our aggressive new volume numbers, we're going to have to stretch to reap those new rewards. But for several reasons, we're confident we can do that. For example, can I help you, sir?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't think I know your name. Dwayne?
Well, we haven't met. I'm Marty Levine.
Oh.
Your private flight was really the only way I could get back to Detroit. I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all. Not at all. Boy, I must have fallen asleep or something back there. I started dreaming, as usual, about trucks. Or actually, some guy talking about trucks.
Oh, that was me. I'm in the truck business, you see.
Is that right? What a coincidence. The name's Garth Olander, managing editor of Truck User Daily.
Truck User Daily? Never heard of that one.
Well, we're still working on our first issue, actually. As a matter of fact, what you see is what you get. This is the entire staff. I figured with Karen, Mike, and I, we could use our experience as truck users to help other truck users learn more about things like trucks.
You're a truck user yourself, huh, Garth?
That's right. I'm an ant farmer. Well, carpenter ants, actually.
I didn't know people did that.
Well, you didn't think they grew on trees, did you? Nowadays, there's not much demand for them, really, I'll admit. But, you know, it's a family business, you know. Mind if I join you?
No, please do.
Yep. You can't use just any old truck when you're hauling a few cubic yards of live carpenter ants. You gotta know trucks in this business. So, what part of the truck biz are you in, Marty?
Well, actually, I'm in the Dodge truck part, Garth.
Ah, that makes both of us Dodge boys. How long you been driving your Dodge?
Oh, a long time. See, Garth, I work at Dodge.
No kidding. We were just talking about Dodge this morning. I don't have to tell you, you really got your work cut out for you this year. The competition is heating up. GM's improving their gas engines. Chevy's coming out with a door-and-a-half club cab model. Ford will soon be introducing their new F-150 replacement this spring, and they'll keep the old F-150 as a value leader.
Yeah, but you can't let a little competition scare you, Garth.
Oh, I'm not scared. But I heard that you're going to be opening 2 new plants this year. That's really going to increase your Ram pickup production. I mean, you're going to have a whole lot more trucks to sell.
True, but the truck market's pretty diverse. There are a lot of truck segments to tap and a lot of customer groups to target.
Still under.
Good. Now I can show you what I mean. This is the full-size pickup truck market by product segment. The half-ton is over 3/4 of the market. And here's the full-size pickup market by customer segment. Personal use is a big chunk of the business, but the commercial, retail, and fleet segments account for over 1/3 of pickup sales.
So, you want to expand your reach beyond the personal use area and start selling to those other segments as well? In particular, the commercial retail buyers, right?
Garth could not have said it better myself.
Well, I like to think of myself as the everyman of truck buyers.
Well, of all people, a magazine editor should know it's the every person, Garth.
Marty Levine, I'd like you to say hello to Truck User Daily's senior editor. This is Karen Johnson.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Karen.
Nice to meet you.
You're a truck owner as well?
I sure am. 7 trucks in all.
Really?
Yeah, mostly club cabs. They work best for my landscaping business. We tow a lot of equipment and we haul some pretty big loads. You know, Marty, I can call you Marty, right? It started out as just a seedling of an idea that with proper care has blossomed into a full-grown and very fruitful venture. But enough about me. Let's talk about trucks.
Okay, let's talk about trucks, Karen. Garth and I were just talking about Dodge trucks.
Dodge trucks? Well, you are preaching to the choir, Marty, because I am America's #1 Dodge girl.
Marty works for Dodge. He's one of the Dodge boys.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, and I was just saying to Garth, there are many different truck segments and truck buyers that offer us some real growth opportunities. You see, Karen, Dodge's greatest success is in the personal segment, while our commercial share is much less.
Well, if you want to grow, you have to be big in the commercial market.
There is no question about that. Commercial truck buyers are really the core of the truck market. They're the full-size opinion leaders. They buy trucks in good times and in bad, and they need their trucks for the business. If If we want to increase our volume and build a foundation for future growth, we have to be successful with commercial buyers.
Plus, for the dealer, there's a lot of money to be made in the commercial market. I know I spend as much on my commercial trucks as most people do on their personal trucks.
On average, that's the case, although you're probably not buying the same equipment as personal use owners.
Would you fill up your everyday truck with a bunch of carpenter ants?
Or a fresh blend of topsoil and natural fertilizer. It's not the first thing you want to put in a dressed-up personal truck. But it's great for a new batch of plantain lilies. You might know them as hostas. You know, they were originally named after the Austrian botanist Nicholas Host. But anyway, enough about flowers. Let's talk about trucks.
Hey, if there's a truck story going on here, I want in on it. Trucks are my beat, man.
Oh, Marty, I'd like you to meet Mike Tobias. This is Truck User Daily's one and only reporter.
Nice to meet you.
So what's the scoop, Pops?
Well, Marty's with Dodge Trucks, Mike.
Oh, hey, this could be a great exclusive, huh? I see a cover story. Truck User Daily gets inside Dodge and finds out what makes...
Easy, Mike, calm down. We're just visiting here. We're talking about Dodge Trucks challenges for the year, how they're going to have to sell all different types of trucks to all different types of buyers.
So what's so complicated about that?
Well, Mike, in order to meet our new volume
they're opening
targets...
2 new plants this year. There are going to be a lot more trucks to sell this year.
Yeah, I knew that.
Take a look at this, Mike. Less than 2 years ago, our total regular cab share was just 3.6%. A year later, our share was over 26%, and we continue to own about a quarter of regular cab sales. Dodge Ram's regular cab share has grown primarily at the expense of Chevy and GMC. And that's because we went after their mainstay, the personal use market.
Wow, that is tremendous growth, Marty. You know, it's much like the sunflower or any of the Helianthus genus, really, all capable of tremendous growth over short periods of time. But hey, enough about plants. Let's talk about trucks.
Well, let's talk about truck growth like the Ram Club Cab. Take a look at this. Obviously, we've been constrained by Club Cab capacity. But since we started Club Cab production earlier this year, we've increased our share of the market significantly. And because our new production provides a richer mix of Club Cabs, we can really go after Chevy and Ford.
Whoa! Looks like you're really counting on Club Cab sales to achieve your volume targets there, Marty.
Well, that's certainly a part of our strategy, Garth, but it's a little more complicated than that. In order to put together a real growth plan for Dodge Trucks, we need to target each discrete truck segment and customer segment. Here, take a look at this. At the close of the '94 calendar year, here's how we stacked up versus the competition in each of the 3 major segments. As I said, we've made real headway in the personal use segment, mostly at the expense of Chevy. Our next challenge is to increase our share of the commercial retail segment and start to take share away from both Chevy and Ford.
Well, here's what I'm taking away from this, Marty. You're going to have to sell all types of trucks to all types of buyers if you're going to hit your numbers.
That's exactly right, Karen. Here, look at this one. And there's some pretty big numbers here. Here's a look at the upcoming year's production plans. And you can see how our volume increases through the fall and winter when we add our 3rd and 4th plants. We'll peak our production in the spring and then taper off as we finish the model year. Here's another chart. This is how we compare to the previous 2 years. Now, we averaged 22,000 Rams per month in '95, and that will increase to about 30,000 in '96. Now, obviously, this is a big jump in production, but the important thing is to see where it's coming from. A significant increase in Club Cab production.
Right, so you'll have almost 100,000 more trucks to sell than last year. What's that going to do for your market share?
In total, we're looking to take our full-size share from about 16% now to over 20% by this time next year. Our regular cab share should remain pretty steady, even pick up a point or two. And Club Cab share will increase dramatically, going from around 12% today to over 21% in a year.
Wow, you've got to admit those are some pretty significant increases. Do you really think you can pull it off, Marty?
Well, we have a lot of momentum working for us, and the buyer's eyes were right up there with Chevy and Ford.
It's true that you've turned the full-size business into a 3-horse race.
That we have. People are looking at the Ram pickup. Here, I've got another chart. Take a look at this one. This shows consideration. The Dodge Ram has increased significantly and is basically equal to Chevy. So buyers are telling us something. They're giving us the green light for 1/3 of the market.
Oh, but that's going to be impossible. Conquesting those loyal buyers from Chevy and, I almost said it.
What?
Ford.
Boo! On the contrary, Ram pickup has proved that full-size loyalty was really a myth. It existed only mathematically, because fundamentally, there were just two choices. That just gives you loyalty by numbers, not by intent. The Ram redefined the market, and we've been very successful in selling to people who are loyal to the competition.
Well, what else is driving that momentum, Marty?
Well, we've achieved segment leadership in resale value, and that really means something to truck buyers. Plus, there's a new study called the Total Quality Index, or TQI, which includes things gone right rather than just focus on things gone wrong as measured by CSI.
Things gone right?
Sure, customer delight with the product and selling and servicing experience.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, in the initial TQI study, the Ram was at the top of its class, and that's something we plan to really communicate.
Let's talk about the marketing, Marty. That's got to be a big part of your plan for the year.
Absolutely. In '96, we're moving our competitive posture up a notch by supporting the Ram with a variety of tactical support programs. We're going to mix the product advertising with an event-oriented focus in the fourth quarter, when we'll focus on one of our key strengths, Magnum engines. And our second major truck sales event is scheduled for the spring, using our association with the Indy 500, offering special opportunities to drive truck showroom traffic and sales. But by the way, I hope you all read that the Viper GTS is the '96 Indy pace car.
Oh, yeah, I read that, sure.
Marty, your event-oriented plans are very much like the daylily, or the Hemerocalis genus. They're known for providing a powerful burst of color and excitement, a real rallying point for any landscape design. But enough about lilies.
Let's talk about trucks.
Good idea. Let's talk about target direct marketing, which we'll use throughout the year. For example, we'll support the fall sales event with a customer-tailored direct marketing program that will leverage Magnum engines by sending the right messages to the best customers, such as diesel owners and club cab customers and commercial retail owners. We want them to visit a Dodge dealership before the competition introduces their new product actions in the spring.
Smart thinking.
Plus, the DAAs will get additional direct marketing opportunities to expand their marketing efforts beyond traditional advertising venues.
So you have one big national plan that takes care of the whole marketing challenge for you. Piece of cake.
Well, that's not all we're really doing, Mike. You see, there just isn't a single element that will make a truck plan successful nationally.
No?
You can't do that, because the truck markets are so regionally diverse. And in fact, there is no other product segment that requires more individual dealer and DAA business plans in order to succeed.
And I imagine that's because...
Look at it this way. With a car like Neon, the reasons for buying in New York City are really no different than those in Los Angeles. But with pickups, it's a commercial retail market in New York City, and it's mainly a personal use market in Los Angeles. They're very, very different markets.
Can you give us an example of a regional commercial effort?
Sure. We'll promote our snowplow trucks in the winter months in the appropriate markets, since that's a great way to boost commercial truck sales.
So it's like me in the summer selling the cacti or a palm tree or a tumbleweed, which is also known as Russian thistle.
Enough about plants.
As I was saying, we do have national programs in place, but it's critical that we have regional support actions that will address the unique conditions and opportunities within specific areas of the country.
And how do you promote commercial trucks in different markets, Marty?
By addressing each market's unique situations.
Right. How do you do that?
Well, we're working with the sales department in each of the zones and developing a focused truck plan that will emphasize the right product mix with promotions that speak to the right types of buyers.
And in my experience as an ant farmer, that's the most important piece of the equation here, the customer.
That's right, Garth. We want to target the specific customer segments. We need to hit the right buttons, reach them where they live and work, and associate Dodge Truck with activities in which they participate.
Anything else, Marty?
Well, in the commercial market, we're going to be more competitive thanks to a pricing system that offers additional incentives to commercial buyers.
Well, that's great news.
And we're conducting research into the needs of the commercial retail buyer so we come up with the best tactical plan, one that meets those buyers' needs better than Chevy and Ford.
You okay, Mike?
Yeah, just a little sensitive to that four-letter F word.
Maybe you should be.
How else are you making associations between Dodge and commercial buyers?
Well, we're increasing our trade show presence with a focus on the agricultural markets and the building trades. We'll also be associated continually with the Farm Bureau. We've been doing that for several years now, and we'll use that relationship this year to help promote the engines and those trucks that people are looking for, like our 5.9 gas V8 and diesel engines.
Great. What else?
Well, there's the rodeo program, which gets stronger every year. In fact, this year, 1,500 Dodge dealers and many DAAs have partnered with this program, which provides opportunities for demo drives and targeted sales events at and around the rodeo activities.
Anything else, Marty?
Well, we also have what we call the Dodge Truck Image Team, which targets the opinion-leading enthusiast market. This group has developed customized trucks that continue to appear on magazine covers and on the auto show circuit. Plus, this year, Dodge is entering NASCAR Super Truck Racing.
Wow.
But as I said, the commercial market is a primary target for next year, and we'll support our efforts with field actions, which include training, making sure that the sales force has product knowledge. In fact, during the first quarter, we'll be staging something we call Ram Quest 2, a ride and learn event that compares the Ram to the new F-150 replacement. Plus, we'll be conducting classroom-style truck workshops throughout the year.
Training can't be taken lightly, Marty. You put a new kid out in the back with a few thousand hungry carpenter ants and no training, what you got is a big problem.
Unless you're armed with a handful of Comptonia peregrina or wax myrtle sweet fern. Ants tend to stay away from their aromatic leaves. I know. I digress.
Well, training's only a part of our field activities. For example, the zones are working with each dealer in developing individual truck action plans to increase their truck volume and share.
And that's got to be very important, that the dealers have their own truck plans. Because in my experience, the truck business is geographically unique. Huh?
Ford.
Exactly how do your field people help dealers with the commercial market?
Well, we're continuing to refine our commercial truck upfitter program so we can expand and quicken our dealers' ability to get specialty equipped trucks to their customers. In fact, we now have commercial vehicle pool accounts in all but one zone. Plus, Chrysler Credit now handles their financing, so pools can maintain a good commercial truck inventory.
What about advertising, Marty? That's got to be a big part of your plan.
Absolutely. Our advertising strategy for Ram in '96 is to sustain the tonality and attitude of the launch campaign, which has successfully positioned the Ram as a balanced pickup, the one that breaks the rules. And that is a huge advantage we have in the marketplace versus the competition. The Dodge Ram has been accepted as the superior choice. The buyer has acknowledged that.
So you'll continue to use your launch advertising?
Actually, we have 3 new TV commercials for the Ram. In this first one, we continue to highlight our major competitive differentiator, the Magnum engines. Take a look at this.
As a rule, engines develop good torque only when you push hard on the accelerator. But even at idle speed, a Dodge Magnum V8 can pull not only this loaded Ram 1500, but this loaded 2500 and a loaded 3500 as well. 15 tons. That's because every Ram truck has to pull much more than its own weight, even at idle speed. That's our rule. Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
That's a terrific commercial, Marty.
We're really proud of it.
Well, you should be. It effectively communicates the inherent power of the Magnum engine series while also managing to promote the entire line of Dodge Ram trucks.
Wow, you were really paying attention.
And here's another commercial. Now, this one features the regular and club cab Ram trucks, and it highlights their roomy capabilities inside and out.
It seems ironic that trucks so diligently engineered to be quiet would have so much volume. Dodge Ram and Dodge Ram Club Cab, the roomiest pickups on the road. The rules have changed.
In this last commercial draws attention to one of the Ram's most impressive and influential competitive advantages.
There are a lot of compelling reasons for buying a Dodge Ram. A potent line of Magnum engines, the most available towing of any pickup, payload capacity of up to 2.5 tons. But perhaps the weightiest argument is this. Dodge Ram has higher resale than Ford, Chevy, or GMC. The rules have indeed changed.
Wow, that's really impressive advertising there. What a great angle. The resale value story. Huh?
Well, personally, as a Dodge Ram truck owner, this is great news for my business.
Yeah, and I got my cover story right here.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Marty.
Hey, Marty!
Sorry, I must have,
Something in your hair. Okay.
I must have dropped something.
I believe that's mine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excuse me, can I get some service here, please?
Evening, sir. What can I do you for?
Well, I'd let her rent a car if I could.
Well, that's what we're here for. Say, you look, kind of familiar there.
Well,
All right, do you have any reservations?
I have some reservations about doing business here, if that's what you mean.
Well, actually, I meant, do you have reservations for Rent-A-Ride?
I'm afraid I don't. I was scheduled to land at Metro Airport, but I was forced to take a flight in here instead.
Not to worry, we'll get you set up right away. Now, what kind of ride was it that you're looking for?
Well, one that works, preferably.
Don't let appearances fool you. We run a tight ship around here. Just that my son's in graduate school, always got his nose in the books, even on the job.
Well, what do you have in stock tonight? I would prefer a Dodge product, please.
Well, let me see what I can do for you. We got, that's not it. Just a second, I'll be right, here we, oh, this isn't making any sense to me. Excuse me. Reggie, could you come out here for a second?
Yeah, Dad.
Excuse me. All right, I need you to watch the counter. I'm gonna go check the lot.
Sure, Dad. Oh, hi, how are you?
I'm doing just fine, thanks. What are you reading?
Oh, you wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Well, it's a textbook. Production and distribution of light-duty trucks during product changeover. See, I'm in graduate school, and I'm trying to find a good case study. I've been researching for weeks, and I haven't found a good real-world example.
Is that so? I might be able to help you.
Really? How?
Well, I know of a perfect case study, the Dodge Dakota. This year marks the last year of the current model Dakota, with an all-new 97 model planned for next year.
And you know all about this?
Let's just say I've read about it, Reggie.
Hey, if you don't mind, you could just give me some direction, and I'll research it.
Well, I have the feeling I'm going to be here for a few minutes, so I'll tell you the whole story. You're aware of the Dodge Dakota, right?
Yeah?
Okay, some quick background here. Dakota is superior to smaller compact trucks. It's a little bigger and a lot better.
with advantages in power, room, capability, and resale value versus Ford Ranger and Chevy S10. And the marketing strategy for the year is to promote Dakota's full line availability of Magnum engines, from the new Magnum 4-cylinder to the only V8 in a downsized truck. Plus, sales events will be used as necessary to help make sales mesh with the unique front-loaded production plan and to clear carryover models in preparation for the new model launch. Okay?
Gotcha.
Now, our Dakota focus will be on maintaining sales momentum, and that will be done in part with the new Magnum 4-cylinder, which offers 120 horsepower, up from 99 last year. Now, that enables the 4-cylinder Dakota to go from 0 to 60 2.6 seconds faster than it did last year. All this makes Dakota a more attractive youth vehicle. Let me show you an ad. See, just like communicated in this ad. Okay?
Yep.
Now let's look at the issue of transitioning to a new model, because this is something you have to be prepared for in terms of distribution and inventory levels. In October, certain models will be phased out, like all long box models and all four-wheel drive regular cab Dakotas. If a dealer wants some of these trucks, the orders must be into us by October 1st. Then in December, Dakota production shuts down at the Toledo plant. Now that includes short box models, Dakota Sport, and 4-cylinder models. Now production then is moved to Dodge City until April, when it's shut down for retooling. Now you see the challenge here, Reggie?
I think so.
Take out a chart here and show you something. Our average monthly production and sales for Dakota have been about 10,000 units. But because we're only building Dakota through March, we've increased that dramatically during the front-loaded build. So,
dealers have to make their inventory plans for the year before production shuts down, because availability is going to be pretty low come next summer.
that's right. You know, Reggie, it's very similar to the launch of the new Ram 2 years ago. Some dealers were prepared for the changeover, but others had nothing in stock.
Well, I imagine that's the case with any truncated model year. You have to store those nuts like a squirrel if you want to eat well during those down months. You know what I mean?
How are your grades, Reggie?
Straight A's.
I can tell. What are you planning to when you graduate?
Well, I'm starting my own business. A coffee house poetry group on wheels.
Coffee and poetry on wheels?
Yeah, delivery style. I got it all figured out. I need a cargo van for all the beans, the coffee, and the espresso machines. And then I need a passenger van for all the bongo players and the poets and the beatniks.
Have you shopped for vans and wagons yet, Reggie?
Between school and here, I just don't have time. Hey, you seem to know a little bit about cars and stuff. Maybe you could give me some tips.
Well, I'm sure your dad's just putting that last coat of wax on the beautiful car he found for me, so let me get into it. Dodge has a full line of Ram vans and wagons, Reggie. In fact, the only van with the payload advantages of unibody construction and the power of Magnum engines. And this year, we've refined our marketing strategy. It's designed to stimulate Ram van and wagon sales and to keep us on a roll. It demonstrates our commitment to this end of the business.
How?
Well, by sustaining a competitive net price position throughout the year, by providing even distribution supply, and with product enhancements that provide for greater payloads.
Cool.
Now, plus, we have engineers inspecting and approving van converters, so we can use only factory-approved converters who can support our 336 coverage on all conversion equipment.
Hey, how come I don't hear much about these vans and wagons?
Well, let me show you a second here. That's because the marketing that supports them is very targeted, such as print ads in trade publications and direct marketing efforts. But now, you know a little about them.
Yeah, thanks. I'll keep them in mind as my business develops. And thanks for the help with that Dakota case study.
Now, if I could just get a car, please.
Well, you may have noticed my dad's a little slow. I'll see if I can call you a cab. It should be out front in just a minute or two.
Thanks, Reggie.
All right, got your card here, fella. Here are the keys. Hello. Come on. thanks for doing business with us.
Outside.
You lost us another one, didn't you? You're just like your mother.
Are we waiting for something?
Yeah, I'm afraid you're gonna have to share a cab.
Well, I'd really rather not.
Hi, I'm Joanne. Hope you don't mind sharing a cab together, do you?
Well, I had hoped that I could.
Hope. The oasis of the spirit. That far-off land of dreams and aspirations. I have so many clients searching for hope. They pay good money for it, too.
And what is it that you do?
I'm a talk show psychologist. Actually, I was a CPA for 10 years, but just became so predictable.
So you got into talk show psychology instead?
Mm-hmm. You can get registered by mail. Oh, and this is my talent scout and one of my most regular clients, Pond.
Pond?
Yeah.
Pond was raised on a commune and hungers for the normalcy of a more defined lifestyle.
It doesn't show.
And you are?
Marty Levine.
So, Marty, why don't you tell us what you do?
Well, I work for Dodge.
You're blocking, Marty. Try this. Give us an example of something you are working on.
Yeah.
Well, I'd really rather...
Very unhealthy, Marty. Not smart to shut yourself out to others, even strangers. Come on, let us in.
Well, Joanne, if you really must know, we're in the midst of launching the all-new Caravan.
There you go. Doesn't that feel great?
It's just intoxicating.
Keep going, Marty.
I don't think you'd understand.
Sure I will, Marty. I always understand.
Well, in our communications, we're demonstrating the differentiators, those product benefits that enable the new Caravan to retain its leadership position.
I don't understand.
See, we want to address the versatility of the full model lineup, including the important family value package and the sport model.
Now we're getting somewhere, aren't we, Pond?
Yeah.
Go on, Marty.
Well, in our launch plans, we focused our communications on our lead vehicle, the Grand Caravan LE. We used it to demonstrate all the thoughtful details that make the new Caravan just as original as the original.
Oh, so now you're burdened with regret and guilt.
No, we just want to broaden our focus to include another one of Caravan's biggest advantages, choice.
And just what are you going to do about that, Marty?
Well, additional communications will focus on the affordability of the family value package and the sport models. Commercials like this one.
Dodge's new Family Value Caravan comes with anti-lock brakes, 146 cubic feet of cargo room, 9 cup holders, 9 nooks, crannies, compartments, and cubby holes. There's even a money holder, which is nice, because when you buy this Caravan, you should end up with some change. The new Dodge Caravan, just as original as the original.
Now that's what I call communication, Marty. Group hug. That was free and open, to the point. No hidden agenda. Good for you.
So I'm healed, huh?
You don't have to patronize me, Marty. I'm just trying to help.
Okay, then I'll show you another commercial that spotlights the model that we like to call the dodgiest of all Caravans, the Caravan Sport.
True, 16-inch aluminum wheels, specially designed tires, and a precision-tuned suspension might seem a bit sporty for a Caravan. But when you think about it, it makes sense. Considering all the racing around you do. The new Dodge Caravan Sport. Just as original as the original.
Very nice, Marty.
Yeah.
Group hug.
Thank you. And there's more, including this commercial that communicates the variety of Caravan models, short and long wheelbase. I think you'll like this one.
Long, short, long, short. Short, long. Short, long, short. Short, long. Short, 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 long. Short, long. Long, short. no minivan offers you as many choices as America's best-selling minivan. End of message. Dodge Caravan, just as original as the original.
That is just wonderful, Marty. Another group hug. What a clever concept. Don't you feel better now knowing that you have had some support?
Oh, absolutely. We'll support that advertising, by the way, with other important actions like direct marketing activities this fall, targeting competitive owners, telling them about the new Dodge Caravan. We'll even host a fall event in the dealerships where people can come in to experience the new Caravan in a very friendly environment. Are we almost there yet?
Although you might need to primal scream, hurry and worry are the symptoms of a bigger problem, Marty.
Well, then I've got big problems because I am in a big hurry.
Why don't we just make the most of this situation, huh? What else are you working on?
Well, here's Neon. This year we're enhancing Neon's value position, starting with the all-new Neon Coupe, which will get a more upscale appearance with new standard features like power steering, tinted glass, and more. Plus, with all these refinements, the new Neon Coupe's base price is $99.95, including destination.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we've also reconfigured the new sport model, giving it a more attractive, typically equipped price.
Whoa.
Glad you're excited, Pond. Plus, we're introducing a new package for this year, the new Neon Espresso, available on Highline models. At just $200 more than Neon Highline with Package D, Neon Espresso offers an affordable, expressive package that's sure to attract Neon prospects who want sporty appearance at a very attractive price.
And you are willing to share all that with us. How special.
Well, we'll be sharing it with millions of people pretty soon. Our Neon advertising will continue the tonality we've used since we've launched Neon. Here's a new TV commercial that highlights the terrific base price of the new coupe, all in comparison to the competition. Take a look.
What would you say to a car that has more room and more power than a Saturn, and a Corolla, and a Tercel, and a Prism, and a Sentra, and a Civic? And what would you say if that roomier, zoomier, cab-forward, dual airbagged car also cost less than any of them? How about hi? Say hello to Dodge Neon Coupe, just $99.95 for starters.
Yeah.
Yeah, is right. And here's another new Neon spot, one that spotlights the product attributes and the personality of the sedan and the coupe.
Its visibility and cab-forward roominess will brighten your outlook. Its dual airbags and steel door beams will help you feel safe and protected. And its fuel-injected multi-valve engine will put a smile on your face. Dodge Neon. It brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, have a nice day. $99.95 for starters, around $13.3, nicely equipped.
Now I feel like we're really getting somewhere. Don't you, Marty?
Well, this is a little better than service at Rusty's.
But what else is going on in Marty Levine's head?
Well, there are a lot of other big stories, like Avenger.
And?
Well, since its launch, Avenger has been selling extremely well, competing against cars like Grand Am and Monte Carlo. And we're going to continue to position Avenger as the intelligent choice. Plus, we're increasing Avenger production this year, giving us a much bigger volume opportunity.
That is a nice story.
Yeah.
And we'll tell it to people in a print campaign that enables us to reach the youth and enthusiast markets. Print ads like this that highlight the many features that make Avenger more than a traditional coupe.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, Marty?
Not really.
You're blocking again?
Well, there's the new Stratus, which continues to be an outstanding value versus the imports and domestic competitors like Contour and Grand Am.
And?
And the 96 Stratus is very well equipped starting at $14,995. Plus, we're putting additional focus on the four-cylinder opportunity, which will give us an even better value story and will surely expand our volume potential, since it will put us in the heart of the market. You know, Joanne, this segment has about 75% four-cylinder use, and the performance of the 2.4-liter four-cylinder is pretty close to that of the V6.
So, if you could somehow tell dealers anything about Stratus, what would it be, Marty?
Good question. I'd tell them to give their engine mix a second thought on Stratus. Since the V6 is purchased from Mitsubishi, we don't want the premium price for the V6 to become a price obstacle for sales. I guess that's what I tell them.
And
that in our communications, we're demonstrating the value of the base Stratus, highlighting all the features at $14,995. Heck, I'd even show them this commercial for Stratus.
Can a car that pushes the envelope of design and technology hold the line when it comes to price? Consider the innovative Dodge Stratus. There's an advanced multi-valve engine, dual airbags, air conditioning, cassette stereo. In fact, more standard features than Ford Contour, Nissan Altima, and Honda Accord. More passenger room, too. And Stratus offers one more innovation, better value, and a price starting at just $14,995. Dodge Stratus. It's full of answers.
Well, we must be getting close.
oh yes, I feel so much closer to you, Marty. Don't you, Pond?
Yeah.
How about one last effort, Marty? Anything else you could possibly share with us?
Well, I have a bag of peanuts from the flight in. No, well, here's a story you really enjoy. Intrepid. Intrepid's volume opportunity is in the heart of the sedan market, and will position it as an outstanding value thanks to a new base price of $18,995. That's including destination. That's under the price of an average new car today.
Whoa.
And this year's base is a well-equipped car with a long list of standard equipment like power windows and door locks and air conditioning, speed control, and much more. Plus, it has a freshened appearance that gives it the look of the ES. It's a great value that further strengthens Intrepid's competitive position, especially in the face of the new Taurus launch.
Advertising?
Oh, yes, including this new commercial that shows that Intrepid's strengths aren't where you'd expect to find them, including its price.
We didn't put Dodge Intrepid's windshield in the usual place. We moved it forward and down to enhance visibility and aerodynamics. The wheels were moved toward the corners to make it more stable. And now many features that were options are standard. So even though Intrepid has air, speed control, power windows, and more, the price isn't where you'd expect to find it either. It's lower. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
Well, you certainly have a lot going on up there, Marty. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Well, thanks for listening. You know, I kind of do feel better.
Nice to talk to somebody, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think we're almost there.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I couldn't help but notice that you neglected to discuss an issue that I'm confident is vital to your concerns. And I'm sure it's a critical piece of the Dodge car story that you've shared with us. The icon of the brand, in fact, Viper. 1996 marks the next chapter of the Viper story. There are 3 exciting new color themes: red with yellow wheels, black with a silver stripe, and white with a blue stripe. Plus, there's a new Viper GTS which will be introduced when it makes the rounds as pace car for this year's Indy 500. In the case of Viper, there's a truncated or split model year run. That means there'll be about 500 roadsters during the fall. Yes, a very big year for Viper indeed.
Now, that's what I call opening up.
Here you go, folks.
You know, Jerry Garcia said it all, dude.
How so, Pond?
What a long, strange trip it's been.
You got that right. What a long, strange trip it's been indeed, but only for the sake of a little fun. I'm sure you picked up on our message along the way here, and you might have even learned a few things from an ant farmer, a landscape artist, a reporter, an ambitious student, a talk show psychologist, even a deadhead. But there's one last item I want to cover, and I'd like to do it without any interruptions. We've come a long way with the Dodge brand. We've changed everything. We've changed the rules. We've questioned everything. And as a result, we have built what is known today as the new Dodge. More than the slogan, the new Dodge is very real, and the automotive press has acknowledged that. But perhaps more importantly, the consumers who vote with their checkbooks are aware of the changes at Dodge. In fact, in just 3 short years, Dodge's first choice consideration has gone from 5% to 9%. That's a dramatic 90% increase. Last year was our best retail sales volume year in the 81-year history of the Dodge division. And this year, through July, we're up another 5%. Next year, we have a real chance to hit over 1 million sales at retail for the first time ever. This is a brand and franchise with real momentum. It's important that we maintain that momentum and positioning in the eyes of America's car and truck buyers. We're now at the point where the new Dodge is made up of a full line of cars, trucks, and minivans that stand apart from the crowd. And that brings me to the last 2 advertising executions that communicate the essence of the new Dodge while hinting a little at the future. Watch these and have a great model year.
Big jobs need big muscle, we thought. So we built an engine with the power of 10 cylinders. A V6 should have V8 power, we thought, so we designed a multi-valve V6. A car should be as quick as it looks, we thought, so we built an engine that pounds out 415 horsepower. In fact, we spend so much time thinking about engines, you can almost hear the wheels turning. The new Dodge. Most days, this is where you'll find Dodge engineers, turning ideas into trucks that break rules, minivans that set standards, and cars that change everything. But while working in here makes them great engineers, it's playing out here that makes them Dodge engineers. The new Dodge.